Welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, to the second episode of the Anarky Gaming Podcast. I am your podcast host for today, Marbari AG. I'm with Tyler, also known as. Please introduce yourself.
My name is Tyler, and I am Pizza AG because I eat pizza. There is no other reason, really.
Well, that's the
I
question
worship,
sorted
I
out.
worship pizza daily. It is my religion. You shall all bow before the mighty pizza.
Remember, folks,
Harrison,
we are a cult, so please join the pizza cult. Next, going on to Harrison.
Hello, I'm Harrison, otherwise known as Snipe AG. Snipe is more of a nostalgic name from previous gamer tags.
And lastly, and certainly least, is Harry.
I'm Harry, also known as Dropshot AG. I was the main host last time, and the name Dropshot, well, self-explanatory, really.
And of course, if you're wondering about Marbari, Dragon Age, that's all you need to know. Going into our first topic of today, we will be going to. How about we start off with a bit of Siege?
Yeah.
So, Year 5, ladies and gentlemen, what do we think of it?
it's
Well,
out.
from what I've played... Okay, go on, Tyler.
No, that's it. That's all I know. It's out.
Oh, it's out. Fair enough. From what I've played over the few matches that I have actually participated in, there seems to be a very niche use for Oryx, and Iana is a lot more widespread, but still needs to find a place in meta before we can say anything definitive on either of the two.
To be fair, I think I agree with you there. Ayana, what I've played with her, I think she could be quite useful for some of the, at the moment, for a lot more of the casual plays versus more of the more competitive side of it.
Ranked competitive stuff, yeah.
It's just at the moment people don't, because it's new. No one's going to know what it's actually going to look like. It's just if it's not, no one's shooting at you, sort of thing. You think, oh, they haven't seen me shoot at them. Then you realize, oh shit, it's their ability.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's kind of looking at it and going, right, how is this going to fit into the meta later on?
Harrison, your thoughts?
Honestly, from what I've played, as you said, everyone has a liking for Oryx, but especially with ranked and unranked, you've got Ayana banned a lot because of her ability.
I mean, you could understand
so-
in terms of the banning, I could understand if her ability was able to cap objectives / plant the diffuser, but it's just a hologram. It's just like a human-sized drone.
It's a human-sized drone, but because again, like Reece said, like people don't quite know like how to present themselves against the ability. They're banning her because they think that it's going to be too much.
Yeah, I can see that.
It
But
almost
you can
kind of
also think-
feels like this spy from Team Fortress 2, but not as dangerous because you can't kill with it. So it's not that scary.
Well, there's also got to realize there's the one thing with Siege is people can see it as kind of a toxic community because people just go, right, there's a new operator out, let's ban them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who will do that. Trust me. Like you go into casual match, you're thinking, "Oh, let me try the new one," and you think, "Oh,
Yeah,
pure
because
letdown."
we had this in some of the matches that we were playing together. Anytime somebody was picking Oryx or Yana, they were either getting voted off the team through the vote to kick system, or they were getting team killed on spawn.
It's gonna be Tachanka soon.
Yeah, it would.
That is, yeah,
Yeah,
that
we'll
will
be
be.
Chunker soon.
Oh,
And
poor
it's just
Lord.
madness how it. You got to think about like how people want to play these new ops, and because it's new and all because it's fresh, and then got to allow other people to play it along with us, especially if, like me and Harry are playing a couple of games together, or Dropshot AG, as people might know at
Yeah.
home. But we've been playing with them, and suddenly there's one guy who kept picking them and not allowing other people to play them, and it kind of gets on my nerves as well.
Yeah, because
It's-
what we did is Reece picked one of the new ups on the first round. I picked them on the second. We didn't touch them for the rest of the match. It was the same thing when we switched sides. We would pick the new ups and then we wouldn't touch them. No matter how many games we played after that, we'd had our trial with them, and that was that. We needed other people to play them as well.
Exactly.
The problem with it though is because obviously it's a 1 week release. I think the other reason why people would ban or try and ban the operators at least is because there'd be only a certain amount of players that were able to play them. Like you'd probably find one person per team being able to use the new operators, and that's it.
Yeah, I can understand that, but the only other problem I have with it is that banning system is actually affecting the people that have put the money into the towards the game to get them early, and it's just like, why are you allowed to ban them if you don't own them?
It's just a lot of trolling at the end of the day, and that's one thing I think the developer Ubisoft needs to fix at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Maybe we should try and fix Ubisoft first before anything else.
I mean, that is a fair point.
Just a suggestion.
That is so true.
However, with what else came with the update, I'm happy to say that the Oregon rework is lush. It is
Oh my
to
god.
die for.
Yes.
It is a bit confusing.
Yeah.
The first couple of times that you get on it, it is a bit confusing. But once you start to learn it, it's not much different from the old map.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't played it yet. I haven't come
fair
across
enough.
it.
We deliberately went into the Discovery playlist
Discovery,
so that we could have
yeah,
a
I
look
haven't
at
played
it.
the Discovery.
But we did also get the shrapnel update with the patch as well, which I don't know if you guys know what it does, but basically explosions will now travel through more walls,
Yeah.
making tinier holes in the walls next to it. So a good example of this is in a 90-degree corner, if there are two soft walls and you set an explosion off on one of them, it will actually travel around to the other side and deal damage as well.
That's really good, actually. I haven't noticed it as much because there was like the whole. What I can tell was a whole load of destruction.
Yeah.
Just the changes overall, especially with like how it reacts to the players. So yeah, I'm really happy with what they've done so far with it.
Trying to think, what else did we get coming out with this season?
Well, we've got a few changes
This
here.
season, there was a few things that happened because I know that there's consistency in breaking
Yeah.
barricades.
Have you guys
now.
actually
Yep.
played around with that?
I have actually, yeah.
I have as well.
I can't say I have, so I'll leave this to you guys.
How about you go first?
Right. Just for those that obviously haven't kind of got around to it yet, I'll read it for you. So one of the most impactful changes to the note this season is the behavior of the barricade debris. Previously, when partially breaking barricades, there'd be pieces of debris that could get stuck in the remainder of the barricade. Since is done quiet side, that's what it says. And sometimes it put players to a significant advantage or a disadvantage due to the line of sight of being blocked for one player but not the other. Now, that being said, though I've messed about with it, it's like I don't think I've done enough to say much on it, but there's no like advantage or disadvantage now.
I feel like in the long run, this is going to make a colossal difference, but it's one that you won't notice. Every once in a while, you'll notice it, but not all the time.
Well, it's similar to the change that like with how they did when they're with the ADS speed sort of thing. At first, like it doesn't seem noticeable, but then over time, it'd be like, yeah, I kind of understand why they did it.
The ADS change, a quick thing on that, it was actually an error in the coding during Ember Rise, which made the ADS speed increase, which is why they had to decrease it again during Shifting Tides.
Yeah.
Wait, so
But still,
before Ember Rise, it's basically the same?
Yeah, they tried to get it as close to the same as it was before Ember Rise. So if you skipped Ember Rise, the ADS speeds would just still
feel the same.
About right.
Yeah. I'm saying for those that did that played like Ember Rise, then you would feel the difference.
Yeah.
Interesting.
cool. So apart from that, there was
The
there was the
recruit
shotty
loadouts.
changes. Yeah, recruit and all that lot.
The recruit loadouts, that's something I actually really want to touch on. Because I feel like whilst it does become better for newer players, it also limits the people that used to just play casual for fun. You know, you all pick a recruit, you all have the same loadout, you all push the same door. You know, it's just a bit of fun.
Exactly. Recruit rush can be much more simpler now instead of going, right, we need this weapon, we need this item, we need this.
Yeah, but the only
stuff.
problem with that, sorry to cut you off there, but the only problem with that is you're super limited for people who have played the game for a long time. It's not stock weapons; they all come with attachments on them. You know,
Sure.
you have to understand. Basically, you'd have to go and play with that recruit loadout to then be able to get used to it.
Exactly. I think
Defense is not too bad.
no,
but
not for defense.
For the attackers, it's a big old change.
Yeah, because isn't some of the weapons from defense and some of them attack?
For defense, they've got the M870 and I believe it's the MP5K as the two primary weapons. So they're guns you could have hands on really quickly, anyways. And the secondary that you'd see used most is the SMG11. So again, it's just one of those guns that you can get your hands on quite early for newer players. Whereas the attackers, 2 of the 3 primary weapons are DLC weapons, as in they've been added in later into the game. You've got the M249 that Capital has, and the Mark 14 EBR that Dokkaebi has, as well as the LA85.
Yeah, so all the weapons that you
it
get
just
later.
kind of changes the way it plays. Because you've now got people that are like level 1, level 2 coming in with an LMG that you would normally only be able to get with a certain operator.
Again, I think the changes that has made the game. In my opinion,
it makes the game better.
Oh yeah,
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But as somebody that did enjoy playing it for fun sometimes, it's a little bit of a loss in my books.
Yeah, because of the customization and what you could do with that loadout, it's just it takes it away.
Yeah.
For me, like you've got 30 seconds to have these. We all decide in 30 seconds what we want from this recruit loadout, and we're thinking, oh my fucking god, what do I do? So it takes it away from me, who's thinking, oh my god, I'm panicking of what we need to do next. Otherwise, there's going to be a revolver shot to the head. Otherwise,
hey, don't shame us, all right?
Oh yeah, no, shame you, no. But still, it's nice for me. But maybe the taking away the customization is real drawback to it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have much else to say on Siege, so if you guys want to keep going, you can.
The next thing, or at least like, something I want to bring up before like we move on to anything else, is the Legion and Twitch changes. So,
yes,
I know the Legion was always picked, and you don't see him as much now from what I've played, due to the fact that even though he's got like his goo needles, and they can still be a problem, they're not as bad as they used to be. So instead of them having the initial damage, it's more of had it's got added tick, first of all. So instead of it being 4, it's 6 damage. But they won't take damage when they're down. They won't take initial damage, but they do have to take it out before, obviously, they get injured by it. You don't actually see it unless you're in a certain mile radius as well. So, and I believe I don't think his SMG's been changed. But yeah, it's mostly just the green needle changes.
Well, with that also, like we've got, of course, Legion is not only the only operator that's changed, but Twitch is also, with her changing with just instead of having like 5 shocks that she can do, she's now been changed to 3, which can be increased over time. Which is I'm looking forward. I haven't played around with it, but it changes player style anyway.
Yeah, because instead of it, yeah, as you said, it's a bit different now. So the cooldown system is like Yokai's drone. Its firing power has also been reduced to 1 point of damage. This serves to turn Twitch's focus to like defender's utility instead of actually attacking the operators.
Which I thank Ubisoft for, because I was one of those people that would not out of the corner of my eye. I just see this
You
Twitch stroke
toxic
zapping me. Fuck.
Just evil people.
Zap 'em. But of course, those operators weren't the only ones that got a little bit of change too. But we also got Castle's Super Shotty.
Yeah, his M45 secondary pistol got removed for the Super Shotty. Frost finally got a holographic scope for the C1, which looks a bit like the Smoke and Nox holographic. Goyo got so falling onto Goyo's Vulcan only causes it to collapse instead of exploding.
Mm-hmm.
I know some players would put it under a hatch, and then obviously if it fell, then the thing would explode. Same with players. IQ, so when objectives such as bombs and biohazard containers are still hidden during the action phase, if IQ detects them with their gadget, she'll reveal their location for the entire team. Seeing as that wasn't something that had happened before.
But apart from
there's not really much else. Warden had a bit of a change. Warden smart classes will now run on a charge system and can be activated as long as there are more than 20% left on his charge. And I don't think there's anything else.
No, but those operators have been changed for, well, hopefully for the better. We won't find anything that will break the game. Hopefully. But then again, there's always we might have another clash situation where.
It's clash fixed, yeah.
Yes, clash is fixed. Yes.
Haha, it's just gonna be broken next week.
You know, there was Reece was telling me about it. There was actually a poll for how long Clash will last.
Oh no!
And it was like the whole poll was like saying it was either between 3 days, a week, a month, or anything like that. Most of them said a week. So it was like it was impressive to see. There are people out there. I wish I was joking, who are trying to find this Clash glitch.
No, in terms of all of the siege operator changes, there's not really much that we can do about it going into depth, because we've only really dipped in and out of it. But the best thing to do is, if you do own siege, just go and have a little play around with it.
Test them, exactly. Apart from that, we've got one final thing about siege, and that is the battle pass. Where the hell is it?
Ubisoft promised us a battle pass, and we don't get it.
Oh, is it not coming out?
I've got a few. It's coming out, but I have a theory. I think it's coming out with like a new event or something, limited time event or something.
Yeah, but they said that they were going to be getting a full season battle pass, year 5. They announced that way back, Like
Mm-hmm.
2-3 seasons ago, they announced that Siege was getting a battle pass. I think it was for the Ember Rise reveal. That's towards the end of Year 4, Season 2. This is now 3 seasons ahead, and we still haven't got the full season battle pass.
And worst of all, we've there's only 35 levels tiers for the battle pass, which they've confirmed about. Which I was hoping they have 100 tier levels, but
Oh, but the only problem I have with their 35 tier battle pass is it's too easy to grind through.
yeah, it is.
And and Harrison proved this by doing it on, I think it was 2 accounts, 3 accounts.
2, 3 accounts, yeah.
I mean, I
Yeah,
did
but
it in
the
like
only
less
Just
than a
whilst
week,
that
I
one
think.
event was live.
Yeah,
I think I did it within a week, and I don't even play as
Yeah.
much as you guys.
No.
Exactly. It's like, if they're gonna do it, either stretch it out a little bit or make the intervals between each tier bigger.
because I don't know about like you lot, but I find it where I'm more interested in an online game if there's a goal for me to achieve, whether it be battle passes so I can get so each like thing I
Yeah.
can get a new reward and all that
Yeah,
other
I'll
stuff.
agree,
I
I'll
like
agree
that.
with you on that, Reece, because other games, they've got challenges, and I will make sure I go out of my way sometimes to do those challenges.
Exactly.
And
Uh,
if we're done with Siege, I can quickly segue into the next topic.
Yeah, let's go.
Because with the challenges, we can jump over to Warzone, because the Warzone challenges are actually quite good.
All right, yeah.
For those
all
of
right,
you
we'll
that
talk about
are
this.
Yeah, I
unaware,
would like to
Warzone
just...
is a new battle royale released by Activision. It's part of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, but we'll be talking about it as its own standalone title, as it can be played and installed for free.
I'd like to just bring up, I'm guessing you're on about the... You had like a revive one person challenge, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're on about that. So, yeah, first day, I install Warzone, try it. I'm like, oh, Call of Duty. I've never played a Call of Duty game, really. Harry gets a challenge, revive one person in your squad. I get a challenge, get 6 kills with a legendary pistol.
and but that's just something that I'm on about though. Is like you'll get such an array of challenges with it. You'll get things from like, funny enough, the 6 kills with a legendary weapon to I've seen one of the other members, Astral Fox, Ashley, use 18 armor plates. I've had get 13 kills, 15 kills with a common weapon, revive a squad mate, win a fight in the gulag. It's just like there's such an array of challenges that you can complete in a day-to-day basis.
Oh,
dear.
Jesus.
I just
But
realised.
no,
it's-
there's
sorry.
Warzone is a by itself it's all right. It's got a lot of good stuff about it. There's a lot of bad stuff about it,
It's got potential.
massively. And I don't like,
Um,
if you don't know me, I am usually full against any Call of Duty. I hate what they've become. I hate what they are. What they've done to the industry. But I've got to give them this. They have made a really good battle royale. But
If you don't know me,
you never know me. No one knows me.
but no, Harrison, you've probably got the least amount of playtime really with it.
Yes.
You've done the tutorials, so from your tutorials, what do you think of it as just from the tutorials?
With the tutorial, it is actually quite helpful, especially if you don't have a single clue on what to do with Warzone. I mean, that's the whole point of a tutorial, but let's be honest, some tutorials are actually just stupid. Like, some don't even tell you how to play.
Some
They're
games
just like,
tutorials
here,
are a bit like,
do this,
oh,
and that's it.
so other games tutorials are like a little bit too in depth, I feel, as well. Like it's got a good balance of like detail but simplicity in the tutorials for Warzone.
It does. It tells you everything you need to know with some detail, but not too much to a point where you're then like, no, I don't want to do this tutorial. It's too much.
Tyler, what's your opinion on it from what you've played?
I had one match, and actually, Harry, did you notice my first death in that match?
I noticed it, but
Do you know what happened?
I don't. No.
Alright, I dropped out. I realised we had parachutes, and I'd come straight from Apex, where there's no parachutes, so I thought, you know what, Harry's pinged way over there. That's going to take a while, I'm going to parachute. So I parachute after about 10 seconds, and then I die, because I didn't return to the battlefield. Keep in mind, as soon as the message appeared, I stopped parachuting, and I just aimed for the floor. I still died.
Oh.
Oh,
That's
mate.
a
And
big rip.
I didn't know whether or not you noticed that, Harry.
Actually, I do remember that. Now that you mention it, I do remember that. Yeah, because I pinged over at the prison, and I was going over to that side of the map, uh, and you just were dropping, and all I heard was "Oh no!" and then your teammate has been sent to the gulag, and I was just like, I don't know what happened. And all I got told was I died.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't make any jokes at the time. I thought you realised what was going on, and I thought you were just pitying me.
No, I had no clue what had happened. Because I got the notification of return to the battlefield, but it like went away instantly.
Yeah, it didn't go away for me. It stayed the whole like 10 seconds, and then I died.
uh, and I feel like this should probably be a good time to just get Reece your opinion on how it plays.
Because I played a few battle royales in my time, whether it be like PUBG, Fortnite. I also played a bit Call of Duty's previous
We don't talk
Battle
about
Royale.
Blackout here. This is a Blackout free zone.
Hey, I liked Blackout.
Right, this is the one
I
thing that
didn't.
it was a base. Call of Duty Warzone baseline was Blackout at the end of the day. That was what they had. This is what they knew and what this was all going to be about. But the only problem was they learnt their mistakes from Blackout, whether it would be the glitches, the bugs, and everything in between.
Basically, what we learned is Treyarch stick making zombies. Let let high multiplayer shit go to Infinity Ward. Is what we learned.
Exactly. It's this idea of play to your strengths. But whatever happened with it, I do agree with. They have the usual battle royale mode where you go in, get kill people, but then there's the extra thing, as of course, which is the gulag, which is 1v1 situation where you put into like the gulag showers area, which some people dislike the gulag showers in
case you're wondering, Reece, the gulag, as it is called, is actually think of it as like a interrogation unit. The gulag was used to hold prisoners of war.
Of course, yeah, but we're just talking about like the gameplay aspect of it, sort of thing.
Oh yeah, but like the whole reason that you get sent there is because your enemies have captured you, essentially.
Quotation marks, but yeah, it's a cool idea. But given that, it's one of those things where you don't think about it, but yeah,
it's unique.
Yeah, exactly. It adds to their own version of it, which is cool. I like about it. You've also got the money system, which is you go around finding boxes, killing other players, finding money, all that other stuff.
Just real quick, along with that, if you don't like the idea of a battle royale because it's like, oh, everyone has to fight each other, and if you die, you're dead. There is also plunder, which is go out, earn money, be the highest earner, win. And we've come close. We got a second place match once.
Oh yeah. Why?
I'd like to say,
go on.
Okay, I've had limited experience of this, so I could be wrong. You guys have played a lot more, but it feels like it was built more for the non-competitive players rather than straight-up competitive people.
Yeah, it was. Basically, they've tried to bring in mechanics from the game, anyways, that are underused. For example, one of the things that they have done is that mounting will actually increase your weapon stability at range. Which, theoretically, what that does is increases overall weapon recoil unless you're mounted. And I've seen this. Some guns kick a lot more than they normally would because you're not mounted.
As I was saying, it's this whole battle royale. They've thought about it. It's more about fun than it is competitive, of course. I will give them this. It is fun to play. It's got the typical Call of Duty shooting mechanics and all that other stuff. It's just a little bit more thud. More. You just feel the thud of your guns instead of just you die instantly.
It's more thud, is it, Reece?
Thud.
It's less more.
Yes.
You get a lot more of that plaquette.
Oh, brilliant.
The only thing I will have to say about Warzone, in terms of what I meant when I said it has potential, is right now it is still technically in beta mode, which means the servers have really bad connections, and I would love to turn around and go, never mind, it's just my internet. But it's only on that I'm getting that type of lag.
And it's getting ridiculous.
It's got sound issues. The other day, me and Ashley were playing a blackout match. Squad mate had disconnected due to internet issues, and so we were just camping towards the end of the zone, right across the edge, and we had a vehicle come up beside us, but there was no audio for the vehicle. So essentially, they had a silent car pull up next to us, and we had no clue until they shot us. And that, for me, that really ruined the experience, because it didn't help that we had minor and major lag points throughout the course of getting into, I think we were in top 8, top 7. I think we placed 7th. But to get that far and then not have the audio of the car that is literally, it's like 2 feet, 3 feet from us, as the people have jumped out, we don't even hear the doors or anything. We just hear the gunshots and get hit.
Exactly. It's just the frustrating moments like that cause this game to be better what it is. You've got the audio
If they
glitches.
clean it up and make sure the game's functioning properly, I reckon this could be big. Really big.
I think it could be big too. But I will say, for me, it's a good it's a good battle royale. It's just, for me, I honestly prefer other battle royales out there.
Yeah.
Because it's just so casual at the end of the day. I know it sounds like that. I don't want to sound like.
Well, no,
this
isn't meant to be competitive play. If you want to play competitive, go into the CDL stuff on actual Modern Warfare. You know, play hardpoint, search and destroy, and domination constantly.
Exactly.
Play with CDL rules, friendly fire. You know, you want to play competitive, there is that side of the game for it. The only other thing I can say about Warzone in terms of the Battle Royale stuff is I will agree with you that as of right now, I would say there is at least one Battle Royale that I would prefer to play at this point in time.
Fortnite?
Which we can...
No!
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 Okay.
Leading on, we can talk about
Apex.
our next favourite, or probably my favourite in a way, Battle Royale, which is Apex Legends.
Not just yours, it's mine as well.
Oh yeah,
No.
sorry. It's mine.
I mean, I've only just recently come back to it. He was playing a little bit during Season 0. I played a couple of matches in Season 1, and I think I played probably my most before now was in Season 2. So, I have very limited knowledge on what is happening to the game.
I've played like throughout each season. I think 2 and this season are the ones I've played the most though.
I think
Like
for me,
I didn't really touch 3 or 1.
I played a lot of Zero. I think all of us here played a lot of Zero. One I was a bit mixed about because that was just basically adding just one character into the game without changing a lot of the map.
Well, yeah,
2,
but like on that, just real quick, for season 1, you also got your first battle pass.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. But even then, the battle pass was they
Was
made a
a
lot of mistakes with
disappointment.
that. Oh my god, it was horrendous. I hated it.
At least they fixed that issue.
Of course, yeah, but that's one of the few mistakes that they made during the launch of that title. But then season 2, I enjoyed the hell out of it. I think it was a lot more. I know it sounds daft, but it felt like a cheap version of Jurassic Park almost. With all these like dinosaur-like creatures. It was like, hello.
Budget Jurassic Park.
I'm going. Don't eat me. I will stand on you now.
Basically, space cows destroying my body. I've only got killed by once by that time. I regret ever since. But of course, season 3 was bringing the new map across, which was great. But of course, I know a lot of complaints were about which were it's not as good as King's Canyon. And one thing I will say about that is, please, anyone who says that, please leave the door. Please just leave. I don't.
Okay.
I like the new map.
So clearly, you feel strongly about the new map, Reece.
I really like it. Leave me alone.
See,
but...
I didn't really feel that fond of the new map. Considering like how much I played like the first few weeks of the 3rd season to try and grind the battle pass and to play the new character Crypto, it really wasn't that it wasn't as fun as I first thought. Like, I liked the whole train feature, even though, again, that
You
is
still do like the train.
from the season 3 to season 4, one of the busiest like drops, hands down. And obviously I know there's changes from like season 3 to season 4, but I felt like season 4 made that better than it being how it was in season 3.
That's understandable. Yeah, of course. Because there was a lot of changes for season 4. With of course we got the new character, which was Revenant. And it's
Useless, I think you mean.
Yeah. Let's not all lie to ourselves. He was pretty shit.
Don't get me wrong. His tactical ability, great. Passive, great. Ult, pointless.
Yeah.
His ult,
It should not be locked. Like, for Revenant himself, it should not be locked to area and time. One or the other. Like,
Because
if somebody else from your squad or from an enemy squad activates your death totem, they should be locked by both. That seems fair enough. It's not your totem, basically saying, fuck off unless you're about to use me properly. For Revenant, either bound him to an area of effect on it, or bound him to time. Don't bind him to both. Because there was a match that we were playing a while back, and I was getting ready to take a gunfight. There was 2 to 3 people on us. I had purple shield. I didn't want to risk just outright losing the gunfight. So I put my totem down, I activated it instantly, and ran into the gunfight. And then rather than my totem actually taking me back, I had no shields. My shields didn't do anything for me in the fight. And then I instantly went into the DBNO state.
Just so people know what DBNO stands for, can you explain what that is?
Down but not out.
That's down but not out.
Okay.
Basically, when you're knocked.
Yeah. But yeah, I think we could all agree Revenant needs a buff massively.
He needs
Um,
some sort of change to make him more viable.
with like what they're doing, going on to what season 4 is. It's what they've brought in recently was their new collection event. I can't remember what the name is.
System override?
System Override. There we go. System Override. Brilliant.
Deja Loot.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about
Loot,
Deja
the
Loot.
one game mode where you fucking hate yourself.
I'm gonna be
It's
completely
quite
honest.
simple. It's simple. Sure, the zone changes daily, and the flight path changes daily. But if you know where a gold shield spawns, you're gonna drop for it. You know where a purple shield spawns, you're gonna drop for it. You know where good weapon attachments are, and a gun that you like to use, you're gonna drop for it. There is no point in having a game like Apex where it is so randomized to the point where you can have a common loot area give you a gold shield. That's how random it can be, to then have it set in, like, when I first played it, I enjoyed it because it was like, I know where to go. And now that I just kept playing it, it was just like, oh my god, they've all got the good stuff.
Exactly. And
Because they fight over an early match, so
Yeah.
it's just the whole idea of it. For me, it just gets a lot of it gets really repetitive. Going to the same place, going to the same class. Even like I was thinking, I could go here. I know there's a purple shield here.
Especially trying to level up the override battle pass as well, because it's the same challenges, top
Yep.
10, play a match, and then damage. And so for me, I was just dropping the same place, getting the same weapons, the same attachments, the same backpack, and just following the same route every single time, and just trying to get damage every single time.
Because the one thing, I know it sounds like it sounds weird, but in a way, I like going randomly to this one place and then going, oh shit, haven't got any weapons, or worst of all, you have got a weapon and it's the Mozambique. And you're thinking,
all right, I'm gonna stop you there. Stop hating on the Mozambique, even if it's the only gun you have.
actually, to be fair, it is a good gun. It is good since it had its buff.
Sure, it still needs a buff, and I will be the first to admit it. Right? It's low on mag size, its damage output isn't great, and to make it reliable, you need hammer point rounds. But it's better than having nothing. You could get a purple armor, Mozambique, and a couple of extra shotgun shells, fight against somebody with level 1 armor, an R99, and no attachments, and you can win that fight, and then you'll understand. Having the Mozambique is better than having nothing.
True, very true. It's just for me, it's like you got to think about like when I've got something.
You can
like,
swap it out at any point.
Oh yeah, cool.
That's my thing. Like, you get a Mozambique. If that's the one gun you can pick up, you pick it up. You never know when you're gonna need a gun.
But if I see any other weapon, whether it be like a P2020, the RE45, or anything like that,
Oh, yeah,
I'd
for
rather
sure.
have that. Yeah. It's
But
just this.
I feel like we need to stop hating on the gun.
I think it's become such an iron. It's become at the end of the day, it's become part of the
It
game.
has become Tachanka.
Yeah.
It's become a meme.
Yeah, it is literally just become what Tachanka was, or well, still is right now in Siege, which is the meme of the community, the meme god of the community.
Exactly.
You play a Lifeline and you ping a Mozambique. It's easy as that.
Mozambique over here. I just completely butchered that. But going on. But still, we'll talk about continue with Apex. We'll talk about our mains, or at least the ones we like to play a lot, should we say? For me, it's gonna be Lifeline. But even then, at the moment, I really am going into Pathfinder a lot more at the moment, actually.
So I used to have a main.
I used to have that, but no. But who you, Harry? Who
I
are
used
you
to play
playing a lot
Bloodhound.
at the moment?
I used to play Bloodhound all the time. Like I wouldn't ever stray from Bloodhound, and now I just kind of bounce around. Like because I've unlocked more of the legends now, because I was limited to the base legends and Mirage,
Mm.
so I was just playing Bloodhound constantly. I've now got an extra 3 of them, and I'm only missing 2. So I just kind of bounce around. I'll play anything and anyone. The only person that I find, well, 2 people that I find that I'm not overly great with in terms of abilities and everything is Gibraltar and Bangalore.
Hmm.
And it was really hard for me not to say the words that I would normally say for them.
But still,
But no, I'll
how's
play Bloodhound, I'll play Watson, I'll play Octane, I'll play Pathfinder, I'll play Mirage, like, just what the mood is, really. I'll play Wraith. You know, I'll
exactly.
just bounce around a bit.
I think this game has a nice way of unlike Siege, where you've got to have your mains, you've got to have a sort of. If you think about it, it's more based on right.
Siege, you have to have a play style, and you have to find operators
Yeah.
that work in that play style.
Exactly.
You can't be an aggressive pusher on defense and play Tachanka. It just doesn't quite work. Unless of course you're Ashley, and then somehow it does.
He makes
Yeah,
it
don't
work
remind
somehow.
me. A fucking shotgun, man. Still, it's. I
Wait
think
till he
that's-
has his DP in his hands.
Oh my god. It's nice to think that Apex Legends is a different kind of hero shooter sort of thing, where it's
Yeah.
you don't have to have specific people in that
Oh
a team
yeah,
to
but
make
I mean,
it work.
like in my situation, people like Bangalore and Gibraltar, and even sometimes Mirage I'm not as good with them because they lack advanced movement in a sense. Like even Wraith has advanced movement with her teleporters and everything. You know, you have to understand how it all works. Pathfinder's got the grapple. You know, it's just like I prefer playing that style, faster, more technical, than just having a shield in front of my face because I'm a jammy bastard.
Exactly.
Looking at all you Gibraltar mains out there.
What are your thoughts on it, Pav, about anything we talked about today with Apex Legends?
Easy used by the gamer tag. Okay, fair enough.
Oh, I've said
Okay,
this for years.
so
I
This
keep
man
forgetting
is
your name.
Snipe, not Pav, right?
Shit's sake.
God damn
Tyler,
it.
please just edit that out.
You don't edit out parts of a
You
podcast,
can't
you
edit
idiot.
out a podcast, dumbass.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You screwed up. Okay, well.
Reece,
I'm
you're not
I'm
hosting anymore.
Reece.
Fuck!
You know what?
My
If I
fucking
just
job! My one job!
But no, Harrison, you were saying.
When Apex was first released, I was kind of just hopping between the operators to get a feel for like what I'd like to play, because obviously with each legend, they have like their own certain play style to them, but not to an extent of you have. And I think the first 2 seasons, I definitely was a Lifeline main, and then that kind of moved into Caustic, because when I saw how people played Caustic, I was like, mate, that's toxic, and I want to play like that. And then I did, and it was fun.
Mate,
but
that's toxic. Right.
Brilliant.
But it was, because like the way people played Caustic in like the first couple seasons was ridiculous, and I was like, oh, this is pretty fun, you know. So I did that. I'm not as good as those players. I still enjoyed playing him. He's definitely helpful to the team when played right. But I think with how it is later season, it's definitely Wraith and Caustic. More leaning to Wraith at the moment.
So, going from here,
I'm going to help you with this one. Okay.
Okay,
You're going to struggle with this because basically you're not going to see the connection like I do. But we spoke about all of the current games, right? So our next part is up and coming titles. So before we go into that, I suggest that we all have a moment of silence for E3.
Yeah, that was clever. Let me just say what you just did right there.
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, E3's been cancelled due to COVID-19, which is more commonly known as the coronavirus. So
I'm honestly disappointed. I understand why they did it, and it does for people. E3 is huge for the gaming world. It's just for me. I've been watching it for the last 5 years since 2014. It's one of those things where you look at it and go, yeah, it's you want your game up on there. You as a developer, you think one day you can put your game up on the Microsoft press conference, Sony press conference, or anything like that. It's one of those things where even like non-gamers know about it, and to have it without for 1 year, it's a little bit disappointing. But at the end of the day, it's better to be safe than sorry in that regard.
yeah, I think it's ESA. I can't remember if that's the right acronym, but
Yeah.
one of the heads of it have spoken out saying that we don't want to put our fans, all of the people that come here, that the fans of the games, the people that we work with, the developers, the workshop holders, we don't want to put any of them at risk. So this year we're just gonna have to wait it off and hope for the best.
But even like, even though it is getting cancelled this year, we've already got confirmation that both Ubisoft and Microsoft are doing their own digital event in replacement of E3.
Yeah, this is kind of straying away from the whole gaming thing, but a lot of people are doing this. There's lots of bands doing it as well. In response to not being able to go to events and stuff, they're holding online versions.
Sony's completely dropped out of E3 now.
Yeah,
I think,
exactly.
was it not last year? I think it was the year before they started doing their own.
No, it was last year.
Yeah, at some point they started doing their own online thingy. Everyone's doing it now, kind of. I think. I don't know if Nintendo's
Like
still
Nintendo
at E3,
Directs.
but yeah, Nintendo have the Direct every year. Well, multiple times a year. But I think that's the way to go because
Greedy
personally,
bastards.
E3 these years it's more like a way to just have a party of see how much money we can spend to announce our games. Whereas if you go look at like older E3s, I mean, you can still see like Halo or like Half-Life 2 E3 footage, and it's just developers showing the game and going through gameplay scenarios, talking about it, doing things, like really exploring the game, whereas now it's just trailers and CG and expensive shit.
Yeah, I'll agree with you on that. It's straight from what its intention was. Originally, E3 was meant to be a huge gaming convention, and now it's more of a look at my game. No, look at my game. It's less of a hey, let's all be fellow gamers and go and enjoy ourselves and have a good time here. And it's more of a no, that's a better game than that. It's more rivalry than it is
I think
a
it
social get
also builds up a lot of fanboyism between the different brands, I guess.
Yeah.
Because,
Exactly.
especially with Microsoft having, fuck all to do at E3 the past few years.
Yep.
They had the X, they had backwards compatibility. No games, really?
No, but they did announce a lot of companies that they did buy, development studios they did buy, and I think
Oh,
that's going to be a
look.
lot.
Literally, that's just going on to what Tyler was addressing. They've literally just been going, look, flashy, flashy money.
Yeah.
True. But it's just proving that E3. I do agree with you lot, but I also don't agree with you because I think of it as just more of a game of Christmas. You've got these games that you think, ooh, special lights.
Sorry, but I'm pretty sure that most people have been raised you're not allowed to fight each other over what's better at Christmas. So I don't know what Christmases you have, Reece.
We all come together.
My wrapping paper was better than the one that you got.
But no,
You know.
I got a nicer card from Grandma this year.
Fuck you.
But that's what E3 has become. It's no
of
longer
course.
developers sharing their passions. It's developers trying to outdo one another. Referring to the whole Christmas card thing that Tyler was just going on about, it's literally being like, yeah, well, Grandma gave me 3 kisses and she only gave you 2. It's like we're
Well, then
introducing this
clearly
game with
Grandma loves
4K.
someone else.
This has got 4K graphics across all platforms. Oh yeah, well we're having 4K graphics as default. It's just like they're saying the same things, but they're butting heads about it at the
I
same
kind
time.
of feel like it started out. Like, it'd be interesting if we could go back and, watch it every year to just see how it evolved into what it is now. But I feel like there was
Just at
some
one
sort
point
of.
we just see Bill Gates throwing a fucking mushroom at someone.
Yeah,
Die, Nintendo, die!
I feel like it must have been that some company did really well one year, and it's kind of just gotten to the point where most of the big companies probably don't really want to do it because it's so expensive, but they feel like if they don't, then they'll get shunned for not being involved. Like,
I understand the point you're saying. Like, I can't imagine it
everyone's
was
already
easy
in it
for
now,
Sony.
so no one can really get out on their own.
Yeah, like, I can't imagine it was easy for Sony to just up and leave it. Not without people being like, oh, they're not at E3, no,
Yeah. I mean, I'd say for someone
Yeah.
like Nintendo it'd be easier because they always go off and do their own sort of thing, but...
Oh, I thought you were just going to say because their game cartridges are always small, but never mind.
Going from there, we will talk about the couple of new games coming out. One of them,
Yeah,
which
what
is
would we have seen at E3?
yeah, but of course, going on from there, it's the disappointment. Well, not disappointment, but I think we're all looking forward to Final Fantasy VII. More specifically, when it actually comes out on the Xbox. Ah, come on.
I have one thing to say about the 7 remake,
What's
and that is it's about fucking time.
Hey, it's still gonna be another 15 years before it's finished.
Yep, but I think because I was looking back at it the other day. And it was either E3 2016, E3 2017. They announced it, did the whole reveal, and then there was I think it was E3 2016. Announced it, did the whole reveal, and then they set the date for the September of 2017 for the actual release, and then I think it was a month prior, they essentially said we've scrapped the entire thing and building it up again from scratch.
Yeah, I think that was the move to Unreal Engine. Because it was going to be on 15's engine.
Yeah, I was quite annoyed when I first heard that. But, I mean, you've played the demo, Tyler, so you've probably got more of an opinion on it. But from what I've seen and heard, it's going to have been worth the wait.
I don't want to say it looks better or worse than 15 because 15 looked like... I still think 15 looks amazing.
For a moment, then I thought you were about to say I don't want to say it looks better or worse than the original. Because that's kind of harsh.
Yeah, Cloud's eyes, they're a bit bluer in the original. His mouth is nicer.
Don't, because that's the sort of details I'm picking out.
So what are you trying to say here?
It looks like, from playing the demo, it looks amazing on the PS4. And I've got the base PS4. I don't even have the Pro, but it looks absolutely stunning. And they do the whole thing of, it's got FMVs. The FMVs look incredible, but then it sort of tries to do that seamless transition to gameplay sort of thing, and it actually really works.
Oh, that thing that a lot of people try to do and it doesn't, because it's like amazing cutscene and shitty game graphics.
Yeah, it actually
I
does
think
the transition
a really good
fantastic.
example of that, keeping it in with the Final Fantasy theme, Final Fantasy X. The FMVs in that game compared to the original game's rendering of the in-game models, and oh my god.
More specifically, Orin! Yeah. It also performs amazing as well. Like,
Alright.
it's. I think we've got something special on our hands. It seems they've put a lot of time into it.
I have
So when-
one concern with
Yeah.
it, however, and that is they have made it so one of the most loved characters is no longer going to be playable.
Which one?
And
Are you on about
base...
Are you on about just in this first part or the whole game?
No, in the whole game, Red 13, who is a little lion dog creature thing, is really good companion, has a really good moveset in the limit break set in the original game. It can just become a really good all around sort of help for the team. And they've made it so rather than being a playable character, he will now appear as a guest, which guest is probably most noticeable in games such as 12, when you'll have guests come join your party for a bit and then go off again.
Right.
Yeah.
And the
kinda
reason I have
sucks.
a cause for concern for this is there's an entire section of the game dedicated to him.
Is that in the early part, or is that?
No,
Could that
that
be
will
in the later
be
parts?
that would
Disc
be in
1,
the
isn't
next
it?
part. Yeah, it is in disc 1, but it's towards the later portion of disc 1.
Right.
The interesting
But
thing
it
was
won't be released with the first part of the remake.
the interesting thing was we're not supposed to leave Midgar in this first part, but I'm certain in one of the trailers we did actually see outside of Midgar. Like a fair bit of gameplay.
The reason for that is their ending of Midgar is actually at Calm, when
Okay.
Cloud goes off on his Sephiroth story. That is what I would call the end of the Midgar section.
Of course, I haven't played much. In fact, I haven't played Final Fantasy VII, the original version. So I would say no spoilers, but I think for the last 20 years, if you've watched any sort of
Dumbledore
YouTube video ever, you know what's going to happen by the middle of the section of the game. Someone's going to die.
Reece, that's the first third.
Aerith
Oh,
kills
first,
Snake.
brilliant. Oh my god, I knew it.
Gandalf murders Goblet.
But I am coming from someone who's probably going to play the original version because first, the Final Fantasy VII, because it's going to come to Game Pass before Final Fantasy VII remakes and come to Xbox.
I don't know. We're edging closer and closer to April 10th.
Yeah, but that's exclusively on PS4 first of all for the first year.
Yeah. I forget you don't own a PS4.
I don't have a PS4.
Peasant.
Why? No, of course, I am looking forward to it. Experiencing all the emotional feels, except for the blocky characters. That might be a bit annoying. At
I
first.
mean, ignore the blocky characters. Try to focus on the fact that, most of them don't have a mouth. It'll cheer you up.
Of course, I am. It's one of those games where you think, you've played Fantasy VII for a long time now, haven't you, Harry?
Since I was about 3, I've been playing.
Exactly. You've grown up with it versus
Yeah.
this will be my first time going into it.
There is, I think it's a total of 3 Final Fantasy games that I haven't actually touched properly.
Okay. Which ones are those then?
I'm talking of the main series and excluding 14 and 11. One, because 14's PS4 exclusive, and two, because 11 is like fucking rare as shit.
Yeah.
The servers are still up, weird enough.
Genuinely?
Yeah, that's because
Yeah.
people still play it.
Yeah, I know, but like, it's quite the feat.
Yeah, but I've played one to I'm not going to say I've completed all of them because I haven't, but I've played one to an extent. I've played this two to an extent, three to an extent, four to an extent, five to an extent, six to completion, seven to completion multiple times, eight I've basically just started recently, nine I haven't really touched, 10 I've played to completion multiple times, haven't really touched 10 too, 12 I've played about half of it, 13 I've played, 13.2 I've played, Lightning Returns I've played, and 15 I played a small amount of.
How
Yeah, you-
dare you, first of all?
Wait, you didn't even finish the prologue of 15, did you?
No, I did.
Oh,
I think I got
say.
to chapter 4.
How?
That's like
Right,
10% of the game.
Right, Reece.
The ending part.
Yeah, but
is,
Reece-
Right, yeah.
Before you start going, how dare I and everything, play through 7, play through 10, and then tell me why I didn't play 15.
Fair.
I'll be
I'll
honest,
give you that,
Reece,
yeah.
I didn't like 15 a whole lot. I like the gameplay, but the story...
I'm
Like,
surrounded.
The
I'm surrounded.
gameplay side of it, the gameplay side of 15 was great. I loved it. I liked the 3 roam. The only thing I didn't enjoy of it, it wasn't really tactical at all, which is one of the things that I love
Yeah.
from. You didn't have to plan yourself out. Like in 7, you have to plan your materia, which is how you use magic and stuff, and or your abilities. You have to plan who holds what because they each have their own benefactors and like consequences with each one. Like certain magic will give you bonus MP, but decrease your maximum health.
That's one thing
Which
I'll
means
say
you gotta
about
really look at it.
the 7 demo, actually, is the combat is really good. It feels like they took 15's combat and they enhanced the action, because 15's
Yeah.
combat feels like they wanted to go for action, but they didn't go fully in. But 7 feels
it
a
was
lot
just
more
hold down the B
action-based.
button.
Yeah, 7 has... You can either hold the button down, or you can press it a few times to do a sort of combo. So it's not super complex, but it's still got a bit of action. But then it's also got
Yeah, but
way
you've
more of
also
a
got the,
tactical feel.
You've also got the with the materia system. You've also got the inputs as well that you can do. So
Yeah.
you've got your
Well,
basic attack and everything.
I'm just
But
talking about
I
the
know
demo.
because I've seen it. Yeah, but I've seen like actual stuff. You can go into a menu and you can select the certain type of moves that you would like to use, depending as well.
Yeah.
Cool. From Final Fantasy to also fantasy element to it, we're going to talk about Doom Eternal, or specifically like how we felt would. We'll talk about like the original Doom 2016. How about that?
Right. Before anything, I just want to say Doom Eternal. I was super hyped about when they first announced it. I got super hyped when they released the trailers. I got super hyped. I think it was beginning of the year when they were like getting all the finalizations on it, and now it's coming out. I'm like, shit, I don't have the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me neither. I've already pre-ordered 3 games.
I will have the money by the end of the month because the one best thing about Xbox for me is you're able to game share, and it's like me and Ashley are able to game share with each other.
Yeah.
Thank fuck. But like I said, I am really looking forward to it. It's got massive improvements over the first one, whether it would be
We have swords now.
Oh my god, the swords, the swords, the swords. Man.
I have a grapple hook. I can do more advanced movement.
The movement in the game is massively improved. Whether it be you can now go into wall jumping is a thing. That is amazing.
I mean, you
can...
say that's amazing, but Titanfall did it first.
Oh yeah, but I know. That was more wall gliding alongside of it. You've also got to realise this is wall jumping, growing from edge to edge. Like
Mario did
Person.
wall jumping first.
True. But
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that one.
it's this idea of making because what the biggest mistakes I personally thought with the Doom 2016 version of it was that you go from arena to arena shooting stuff, and then after a while you get a few different things, and it becomes a bit repetitive. I don't know if it.
I'm guessing y'all didn't hunt for every secret and
Oh,
go
I
after
did,
every little collectible and do every trial to the best of your ability.
I did, but I had a lot of help. I think I got to 2016 where it was like a couple of months
boy.
afterwards,
Naughty
and then
boy.
I had a few help from the achievement hunter. Just gave me like, oh, this is where I need to go, and all that other stuff. So I thought,
Oh, you ruined your first playthrough of the game, man.
I can't help it, man. That's what I need to
Your
do.
first playthrough, and I keep this true to everything, should be you exploring as much of the world as you can, no matter what sort of game you're playing, going out of your way to explore the location and enjoying what you're playing. Then any other subsequent playthroughs, use guides and shit if you really want to. The only games that I can allow you to use guides for would be some of the Final Fantasy games, because they're confusing.
Yeah, they can be at points. I will agree with you that. But of course, we've all played Doom 2016 here, haven't we? I've played it. I know
Yeah.
Harry's played
I've
it.
beaten it.
Tyler,
I think I beat it multiple
Harrison.
times.
I think we've lost Harrison.
Honestly, nothing to say to this.
Okay. Going on.
Yeah, sorry.
I think we can all agree it is a fun game to play. Whether
Yeah,
it be the single player or the multiplayer.
I have one wish for Doom Eternal.
All right, what's that?
I want to see snap maps back.
Massively improved. Yeah. I want to.
No, I just want them back. I don't care if they're improved or not. I just want them back because they were hella fun. Some of the stuff that people did on that was so fun. You know, I found things like a parkour course, procedurally generated dungeons. There was hide and seek games. There was so many things you could do with it, and it was so cool.
I don't know if they're coming back, because all I know at the moment is that they've got their single player mode, which is amazing. Well, I'm looking forward to that. We've got a new multiplayer mode, which is replacing what was basically like the team deathmatch and all that other stuff from the previous game, which is like an asymmetric one Doomslayer versus two demons, which looks cool. It looks interesting.
I don't know, because that nullifies people playing as a group.
Okay.
Because let's face it, what have we got, like 6, 7 people that are a part of the AG group?
Yeah,
So
6, 7 people.
but to have to break up into 2 people, 1 person, you know.
But then it'd be like something like this, where it'd be like, take for example, we've got me and Tyler, who are the demons in this case, and then we've got, I'm not going to say Ash because he would whip up both of our asses really quickly. I'm going to take you for example.
Yeah.
You're the Doomslayer. You're in that situation. Me and Tyler have got to work together to take you down. You've got to kill us both in quick proximity, and you've got to be good at the game. While we just have to be quite tactical, bring out demons that will slow you down, and all that other stuff.
Yeah, but my counterpoint is, if I wanted to do a 2v1, I'll just open a custom game.
Oh yeah, by a mile.
Like, but if we're playing online multiplayer, I'd want to be able to play in at least a group of 4.
I think that's
my personal opinion.
I think that's the problem with a lot.
Because I don't know about you guys, but I played the Doom 2016's multiplayer, and it was actually really fun. If you knew the movement of the game, and you were well versed with the weapons, it was really fun to fight other Doomslayers.
Oh yeah, of course it was. It was, I think, especially where you could control your own demon if you wanted to. It was like one power up that everyone wanted to go for, and you could choose like which one it would be, whether it would be.
Yeah, but you know, the same point of, you know, yes, I am now a demon. You also now have to get extremely close to people.
Yeah. And then you've got with the Doomslayer, you've got multiple weapons, whether it be the rocket launch and all that other lot. It was just a fun time. We played a couple of hours. Well, a couple of hours. We played a couple of times with it. It was really. We kind of went off of it because there was a few other games in at the time, sort of thing.
Cough, cough,
But-
siege, cough, cough.
Exactly.
I think that was around the time when Black Ops 4 was releasing as well, so I went off onto the zombies of that.
Oh yeah, zombies came out. Yeah. It like I said, I am looking forward to it. Harry's looking forward to it. Tyler's looking
Yeah.
forward to it. I think a lot of us are. Even Ash is looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, Ashley's an angry little man. Of course he's looking forward to playing an angry big man.
From fighting zombie-like creatures in Doom.
They're called demons.
Or no. There's like zombie soldiers, basically. They're actually called zombie soldiers, I think. We
Don't think they are called zombie soldiers.
let me do the segue. Let me
Okay,
do
there
this
was-
fucking segue.
There was at least zombies in Doom 3.
Doom 3.
That is true.
There was Doom 3 zombies, and now into
Doom 3, Resident Evil 3. We need a Doom 3
yes.
remake because we're getting a Resident Evil 3 remake.
Right, from that awful segue. What does everyone
I just won't
think
let
about the
it,
new-
I was not letting you have that.
You're a dick. Resident Evil 3 remake. Right, Tyler, what are your thoughts on it?
Alright, I'm gonna say this. I haven't kept up with it. I don't really know anything about Resident Evil 3. All I know is, I saw Resident Evil 2, I thought it looked cool, I bought it, I played the shit out of it, and I'm really excited for another very similar game.
Yeah,
Wait,
I think
Tyler, just real quick, do either of you have actually prior experience with Resident Evil 3?
no.
2 I think is the only game I've really ever played, apart from that one time we
Oh.
buggered around on VR in 7.
I played RE1, 2 remake. I haven't played the original RE2. I played 4.
Okay,
I've
just real
played
quick, when you
6,
say
I've played 7.
RE1, you want about the HD remaster?
I played the original RE.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the one where Jill Sandwich, horrendous. I loved it. I love every aspect of it. It was so corny, and it was so cool. But like I said, I played a lot of Resident Evil. I've even played the Revelations games, which is like episodic adventures. But I think the RE series is one to look out for, especially with Capcom making a huge comeback. Like their games in the past couple of years
Okay.
have been amazing.
I'm just gonna say one thing. If you guys thought Mr. X / the Tyrant was a pain in the ass, wait until you walk around the corner and see Nemesis standing there, just casually. Even in the older version, like the original version, you'll just be making your way through the zone, taking out your zombies like normal, on your way, moving through, and then suddenly this guy with a ability to bring out an RPG and a minigun just appears. Now that is something I'm actually kind of excited for, to like have in modern day graphics. Just walking into a room, cutscene, something jumps through the window, big motherfucker.
I'm getting Killing Floor vibes from this.
My God.
Basically just imagining the Patriarch in Resident Evil.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
but scarier and harder to kill.
Plus, right, there's all the new character designs, which is cool as hell. Especially what's his art. It's like this character. I was looking at it. He's got the poofiest hair ever. I'm thinking, how the fuck did you do that? It's like Carlos, I think his name is.
There shouldn't really be more. Is this a playable character or an NPC?
Apparently he's playable in the second half. cast was in
Yeah.
Resident Evil
Okay, then it's
3.
definitely not sticking true to the original because in the original Resident Evil 3 you would play as, I think it was Claire.
Yeah, it was Claire, but then I thought later on you could
No,
play
not
as
was it Claire? No, it was Jill.
Jill. Shit, fuck yeah. I'm getting confused now. Yeah.
I mean, to be
Yeah,
fair, I
because
think even 2 Remake had some minor changes to the progression.
yeah, there was, but I'm not sure about the whole new character thing. I'm not sure how well that'll sit, but we'll have to wait and see.
It just looks really good actually. So Capcom, just please do well with this game because Resident Evil 2 was one of the better games from last year.
All right, I say we move on to the last and final talking point because time is ticking on.
Yeah, it's become quite a long podcast at this point.
Yeah, this is a decently long episode. So the last talking point today is going to be the Xbox Series X because, as mentioned in the first one, we are a bunch of Xbox nerds.
Right. Many of you will. Some of you may not understand what the Series X will probably be about, sort of thing. I'll try to explain as best as I can, but basically, what we're hoping to see out of the Xbox Series X will be, of course, more power. Will be, but they classify it as teraflops. That's their estimate of saying like here's how much power the Xbox will have over something like the Xbox Series Xbox One X. So to demonstrate, for example, the Xbox One X has 6 teraflops of power. The Xbox Series X, the newest console to be released, has 12 teraflops of power.
So it's just doubled.
Yeah, it's just doubled. Better than.
Well, going on top of that though, not to over tech everything, but Digital Foundry did actually prove this is because it's a newer GPU architecture. Teraflops don't entirely add up, so it will be faster than double.
Exactly.
Especially if you compare it to the original, the base Xbox One, in which it's 12 times, roughly 12 times the teraflops already. But it'll be way more than that because it's even older architecture.
Because this new architecture is
it's AMD Navi.
AMD Navi, yeah. It's like it's best. It's 2 times more powerful than the last architecture type, which was, I'm gonna say,
GCN.
No, it's Jaguar, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
The APU was Jaguar, but the actual architecture of the GPU was GCN.
All right, yeah.
I think it was GCN too.
We've got not to put to bore people at home. We'll talk more about the exciting stuff, sort of thing, where it'd be like whether it would be, for example, we all know that we're going to have Xbox support backwards compatibility. That's been known for like ages now. It's been their motto since the start. And they've
how far back is the compatibility going to go?
Well, it's probably going to be say the same as the one we've got at the moment. So anything that can be played on the Xbox One, whether it be 360 and all that lot, could probably be played on the Series X.
So I'm just worried that it's just going to be, oh yeah, we've gone back to let you guys know that you can still play your Xbox One games, but they don't include the 360s and stuff.
Oh no, it should be everything because the thing is, since this gen, they went x86, which is, it's basically like PCs now. It's the same sort of architecture, and it seems from now on they're going to keep on with that same architecture, and they're not going to change it. So technically everything should be backwards compatible. So they just use the same emulator for the 360. Should work.
Come on, scale up for the original Xbox. but there's other stuff along with it, whether it would be Game Pass support has already been known, and all that other stuff. But one of the newest features that we're guessing is basically we're allowed to play 3 different games at the same time. Surprisingly,
What?
It's called Quick Resume. It allows players to continue playing multiple games from a standby state almost instantly.
Okay, so I'm just gonna casually play, Final Fantasy 7, 8, and 9 all at once.
Yeah,
It
you can
doesn't
do
seem
that.
yeah, but it doesn't seem to make much sense
Oh no,
because
it
a lot
doesn't.
of people
I think the
a lot of
point of
people
it is
play online multiplayer. So you're gonna have to wait for your server connection time to come back. It might ask you to completely reboot the game, which makes Quick Resume pointless. I don't see the purpose of it.
yeah, actually it is kind of pointless for multiplayer.
It is, yeah, exactly. It will be. But for like single player games where you're thinking, all right, I felt like a bit playing like I don't know, Control first minute, then you go on to Devil May Cry 5 for another one and thinking, all right, final one, Code Vein.
Yeah, but
So you
why
think-
would you jump around from But then you've got those 3 games on Quick Resume. What if you don't want to go back to play any of them? It just doesn't seem to make much sense. Because I'll be honest, if I'm playing Devil May Cry, I'm gonna play Devil May Cry until I'm bored of Devil May Cry and not gonna want to go back to it.
But I don't think it's there for like just us. For like, I can suddenly go like, oh, so 1 minute I want to play Apex Legends, and the next minute I want to play like Doom Eternal, or the next minute I want to play Ori in the Blind Forest. So you got that multiplayer game where you need to connect to lobbies, but then next I want to play a really violent, gory shooter or anything like that. Then on a peaceful, quite nice indie platformer. It's just that for those people out there who have that attention span.
Yeah, but then you've got to waste time setting each one of them up for the Quick Resume.
Of course, yeah. But
So,
after that, you
I
don't
imagine
have to.
it won't be that difficult to set up.
Oh no, I doubt
Yeah,
it
but
either.
my point is oh, okay, so I know I'm gonna want to play this later. Why bother firing it up now then?
Well, I'm guessing how it works is...
I'm hoping you guys can see my point on this.
Oh
and-
yeah, I can.
No, and you don't just I'm arguing for the sake of it.
Guessing
But
how
I
it works
personally
is...
feel like it's an unnecessary feature.
I personally see it as a feature that it's good that we have it. I just don't think I could use it. You could use it. It could just be for people, some random corner of the Xbox community
Because of how
wanted it,
niche,
sort of thing.
you're literally saying it's going to be super niche, which makes
Yeah.
it unnecessary.
Oh yeah, it may be for us, but like I said, it may. Like I said,
Yeah, but when you're
Xbox
looking at a
what-
general populace,
yeah.
if you've got this super fine, 3% of the people want this feature, and the other 97% really think it's not useful, you want to take the 97% majority on that, because otherwise, if you don't, you're looking at let's say this is 10 million people, right? You upset 9,700,000 people to make 300,000 happy.
But why
I'd
would
also-
it upset them about this?
I'd also like to bring up, I just realised a bit of, I mean, they probably thought of all scenarios, but... Okay, so supposedly this is meant to make it so it's easier to get back into something, to launch games quicker, I'm guessing is the point.
Okay,
I
I
presume
can
so.
understand
But-
the launching
but-
games quicker,
wait.
but why not just put the time into the development of making
The-
sure that goes?
No, but the point, what I'm bringing up is, I'm guessing the point is to make it so games launch quicker. However, both of the new consoles seem to be going with SSDs, and they're Sony especially. They're saying we've got new technologies. I think it's faster than SATA 3 stuff, so we'll get really fast stuff. So what's the point of this tech if we're already going to be having really, really quick game loading anyway?
Now it's even faster than fast.
You see
But-
this fast, you can have a fast of
Exactly.
that.
one of the points was this whole generation has a standpoint where they've kind of went to loading screens and said put their middle finger up at loading screens at this point, because Sony and Microsoft have said we want to slash the loading times down to basically 0.
Yeah, but then how am I supposed to read the helpful tips? Like, to get better at this game, try playing. You know, how am I meant to see those sorts of really helpful, insightful tips?
I think we'll miss them, but I don't think we would. I don't think it's necessary.
I
don't
disagree
personally,
with
for
people.
me.
I completely disagree. Having played games from such a young age, loading screens are so vital to a game.
Oh yeah,
They
of course
offer a moment of reprise. You know, like think about it. You go into a boss fight, right? Let's say we're playing like Titanfall 3 campaign, right? You've just hit a checkpoint. It goes into the boss fight. Now, every time you fail this boss fight, because you're playing on the hardest difficulty, because we're all sociopaths, you don't get that moment to go, ah. Instead, it's, fuck, I'm back in it. You don't get that moment to breathe, to compose yourself. You don't get that moment to just go, you know what? That ain't it, Chief.
But I think what developers can do from that point,
Cut it down, sure. Like, cut the load screen times down, but don't try to get rid of them.
Oh no, I don't think that's what they're trying to do. They
And have
will
an
cut it
option as
down.
well. Because I know from my standpoint, I don't like stupidly long load times, don't get me wrong. Like, the time it takes me to sometimes load into the siege menu is like, fuck me. And now I've got to wait 3 minutes for a match as well. You know, sure, I don't want to wait for that. But other times it's like, you know what, I would really like to just sit and look at this loading screen for 30 seconds, because fuck me, the artwork's nice. And I just want to appreciate it.
I agree with you, honestly. It's nice to have where it's, especially with like Apex Legends, one of their big things was like their loading screens. You can allow to
Just
for the battle
set it to
pass
random.
system.
Just set it to random.
It's nice to look at that sort
Honestly.
of stuff.
Honestly, just set it to random and let it do its thing.
But I
'Cause
think
I had a point recently where I just had it set to certain ones, and it was like, fuck it, I'm going to put it on random. And it's so much nicer because it's a different picture every time.
exactly.
And it's just like, you know, that's real nice. That's real good art. And I'm not going, oh, it's King Revenant killing a guy again.
First of all, it's untrue to the game, so it'll probably be like, "How is Revenant killing someone? How?"
Oh.
Like I said, give buff Revenant. But like, I will say this: I think we can all agree we are looking forward to the new generation. It's going to be expensive,
Yeah.
and I'm scared about my wallet. My wallet's going to kill itself by the end of it. But
Well,
we are looking forward
hopefully,
to it.
hopefully what they'll do is they'll give ample time before a release.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, if it's like Xbox Series X releasing tomorrow, I'm gonna be like, I ain't got time to save up for that shit.
I'm still paying
you know,
off my ex.
Tyler, you've never been in a relationship. How could you pay off your ex?
Oof.
I'm sorry, mister. I'm so sorry.
I think what they're hoping to do, I presume, would be something like they did for the Xbox One, where they announced it in like around about E3 time, RIP E3 for this year anyway. But it will be announced around that time. The price point will be set for November because every other Xbox console has released in November.
So
So-
do you think we're getting it this year or in a year?
We are definitely getting it this year by mile. They technically announced the Xbox One X at the Game Awards, which was last year, technically speaking.
Yes, however, and this is something I really need to reiterate to a lot of people, there's been many times when console developers have gone, actually, hold on, we can make this better. For the same price, we can make this better, but we need time.
Oh yeah, by mile. I think they Sony did that for the PS3.
No, they
Actually,
just
that
released
was
the Slim version.
Was that
Actually,
the
that
Sony
was-
version? Was it?
No, I'm just saying like.
Oh, you're
Sony's
just on about the
PS3, it
other
was alright.
revisions.
Like the PS3 that they released on original was okay, but they knew there was issues with it, so
Yeah.
there was
Well, it
other
was-
versions of it, and
That was actually supposed to be out 2005, but there was like really big fuck ups, which is why it was a year and a half late.
Even though it cost them like an arm and a leg, like it cost first release £600.
Yeah.
Fuck me,
It
man.
actually cost them, I think, like £800-900 to produce it. So they
Bloody
lost a
hell.
shit ton of money for years.
That's why I stay with my Xbox 360. I use it
And-
cheaper, but
and this is where the concern comes in with future generations. As
I think-
the demand for higher power comes in, they're going to need to put more money into building the consoles, which therefore means they're going to be pricing them higher to get their money back.
I'm going to make the boldest prediction I've ever made. I think this will be the last proper generation until we go into full cloud mode. That
Yeah,
I-
probably.
I honestly think this will be the last generation where we will get proper hardware, and still until we go into because at the moment we've got what I know it's a lot of a joke, but Google Stadia. I know it's not doing so well, but they've done it the wrong way for a long time. I think if an actual competitor came in like Microsoft is with their xCloud, they will make a hell of a lot of money, especially combined with their Game Pass.
I mean, I definitely feel like this is a lot of stuff that we have a lot to look forward to, but I feel like we should probably wrap it up.
Oh yeah, of course. So
Yeah,
It's like about.
yeah,
So,
it's
this
been
has
about
been-
an hour and 40 minutes.
fuck.
And I've had
How
the
long
pleasure
was
of
the last
listening
one?
to a majority of it without talking.
Hi, Harrison, we shouldn't have to listen to it when it comes out.
Yeah.
But no. So it's thank you for everyone for listening. This has been episode 2 of the Anarky Gaming podcasts. We will see you all later. I have been Marbari AG. Harry,
This is Dropshot. I'll see you guys later.
thank you very much.
I am pizza. There is only pizza. You shall worship the pizza. Harrison, worship the pizza now. And also, say goodbye.
And this is Snipe signing out. Peace.
You forgot the pizza.